opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Now a guy who went to prep school right here in Philly, DeAndre Swift. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Throwing is Williams. Incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Here's Williams. That is caught, and they work this well upfield across the 45. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
Williams loses the football, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, they got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. Fleck. Oh, what a juke into space. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now Hurts going to move him around. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. 2nd down and 6 now. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Hurts to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he returns this to the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run and then executed.
To the air, Williams. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
To throw, Williams. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. From the gun, here's Williams. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Hurts. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw is Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. To throw, it's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's out to the flat for Swift. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Williams going to look to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Out is Eddie Pinheiro to get this one started. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Throwing to begin is Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Green Bay first down.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and 9.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Love. He's going to uncork one, looking for Wicks. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And a nice run. Get him about 9. Bring up second down.
When they called that sweep, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
2nd and a yard. On play action, Young. The ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
Call it a gain of 13. It's a Carolina first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On first down is Young. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Come on, set.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. Third down, 3 to go.
Down.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And he will take it in himself. Jordan Love. Touchdown, Packers.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Velus Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Here we go, set. Yellow, line. Set.
They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's the pistol snap to Young. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
Young hands it to Hubbard. He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Xavier McKinney, the one who brings him down. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Young. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Young. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Fight, 97. Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Sam Franklin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Ready.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. 1st and goal. They'll run with Hubbard. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Let's go now.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal.
12, 10. Set, huh?
Out of the shotgun, Young. This one caught at the 4. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal. And Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
Let's go.
Love to throw it on 1st down. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Set.
We'll go play action with Love. Taking off. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the 2nd quarter clock. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Down. Ready.
Now Love. This one up top for Dobbs. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this 1st half will come to an end. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this 2nd half. About to get started. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Set to go now on 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And let's give him about 4 on that one. The veteran Kenny Clark in on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go play action with Young. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. 15 yards the pickup. Good for a 1st down. Man in motion, heading left. On 1st and 10, here's Young. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Hubbard. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Third and long. Off the play fake. Here's Young. He's got his man. That's Legette. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On 1st down, it is Hubbard. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's right side, taken in by Tremble. We'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Eddie Pinheiro now, as the Panthers will try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
On the return, here's Jaden Reed. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. To throw is Love. He's going to uncork one. Looking for Wicks. J.C. Horn that time with the good coverage. And he knocks it away.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And Whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath layups, there's just something.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Jackson. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And the rush too long. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out, or it certainly needs to be protected.
From his end zone, he'll throw it on 3rd and long. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Punting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. Keyshawn Nixon, the return man. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw is Love. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. On the bootleg, it's Young. A throw on the move is caught. And he's in. Tommy Tremble. Touchdown.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And we're off in Detroit. Greg Reynolds to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Ric Flair.
It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Levante David, like so many times in his career, making that tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 13. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
He ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. 9 yards to pick up there, and they only need 3 more now on 3rd down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Off now on 3rd down. Rolling left, buying some time. He's running for it. And this one doesn't go far. So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the 1st quarter. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. We'll see if they want to take the risk on 4th and a couple.
4 down. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Turtles up.
Here we go with Montgomery. He's tackled with the first down yardage.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Goff on 1st and 10. Able to find Wright. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
From the gun, Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
They'll go for it. Goff. Pass complete. Screenplay. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and the conversion.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. The Lions hoping to take a lead going into the break. Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Goff to the air now. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions get some late points and the lead. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Bucky Irving now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Baker. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Brian Branch has it. And the Lions take possession down inside the 30 after the interception.
Not an overwhelming amount of running room available, but he made what he could through the traffic on the pick. Everything he got them, just a bonus really anyway. They were certainly satisfied by simply getting off the field.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. finds Laporta. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. And carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. On the return, here's Irving. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running right, it's Irving. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Offense up to the line fast. Once again, Irving. And this time they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. Baker now from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in the phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
3rd and short, Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down, here's Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. He's got it in the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Irving on the inside give. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. Working quickly here. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Brought in right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers tie this game 7-7. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Reynolds with a return. And look at this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Goff back to throw. He finds Laporta. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
It's Montgomery on 3rd. And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
4th and 3, drive on the line. Looking to throw. That's caught beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down throw from Goff. Laporta with the grab. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Sending the tight end in motion left. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions with a little more work to do to win it here. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Motioning one of the tight ends. From the 35 on 2nd down. And it's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete. Tried getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers see their return stop just a little bit short of their own 30. He had to put some air under that one to try to drop it in, but that worked to the defense's favor as they get there and pick it off.
Just a touch lower, and he may have dropped it right in the breadbasket. These lob passes are a useful tool, and they look incredible when thrown properly. But there is such a small margin of error between an easy completion and giving the ball away.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Setting up to pass. That pass complete to Irving. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. Irving here from the gun. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. Back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted! And the Lions get it back with a nice return to boot, down inside the 30. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked on a guy.
And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
He'll look to throw it. And the whistles go off, so we got a timeout. 9 seconds left in the game. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Looking to throw it. This to win the game. And the defender comes away with it. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. Gotta block that missed kick from their minds and refocus. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. On the return, here's Irving. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Right back to Irving now. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Irving hauls it in. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Mayfield to throw. Hauled in left side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 45 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. A tight end in motion now. Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw. Short pass brought in. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Biggest play of OT. Offense set now on 4th down. Tight end in motion left. Now to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Levante David. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. Okay, now both sides.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Houston. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First and 10. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
The motion man here is McClure. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Here's 3rd and 7. On the give, it's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
That's the mindset I just love seeing from a running back, Mike. His eyes weren't just on that first down marker. They were on getting that first and some on top of it. That's pretty impressive.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Slot receiver, headed right. And a nice defensive play. They're good awareness coming through to make the play in the backfield for a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the shotgun on third down. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33.
I think you chalk this one up like to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
First carry for Joe Mixon. Not much. Second and long coming up. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? And more from Houston coming up in a moment. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to Mixon. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
3rd down and 9. Here's Stroud. Out wide, it's Diggs. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Olamide Zaccheaus deep to return. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. This is caught down that right sideline. A nice throw by the rookie from LSU. And he's got his team a 1st down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
On the ground, it's Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Greg and I, back from Houston in a moment. play fake. Here's Daniels. Hit as he throws, and it is in. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. And the defense comes up with the first points of this one. It is a pick six to make it a 6-0 lead.
And Mike, we talked all week which offense was going to be able to strike first and play with the lead. Well, the defense, they had other plans. They're able to put the first points on the board by capitalizing with that pick six.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And he missed it. It is no good. And this is going to remain a 6-point margin. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Going to return this from the 10. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Now pass deep for McLaurin.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
On 2nd down, it's Daniel. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. Throwing again. Daniel. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
This defense holding tight. Now from the 3-yard line, they'll try to stop 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. It's Daniels. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Commanders. Austin Seibert now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. On play action, Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. And the Commanders are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
On 1st down, Daniels. He'll let one go down the middle. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So here at halftime, it's the visitors, the Commanders, who are out on top. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. Here's a 2nd and 9.
On the quick, right?
Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Stroud. That is brought in. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, The quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Now Mixon. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They will work the middle with Mixon. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
In motion now, it's Collins. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. This will be intercepted by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and goes away with a pick to save them some points.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Daniels. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
First and 10 now from the 36. Daniels now going to look to throw. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Robinson, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. He finds De'Ami Brown. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Robinson. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll indeed go. It's Daniels. That one, take it in. Middle of the end zone. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. This is 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
He's looking for Joe Mixon coming out of the backfield. And 3rd down coming up.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
Finding yourself down to your final timeout, this is the moment. This is the drive that you have to find a way to extend if you're going to claw yourself back into this game. But the defense comes up with a huge stop, and that will all but end this game.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. Another catch on the drive. This one for 13 yards and another 1st down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Daniels gonna throw again. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
To the air again is Daniels. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Seibert out now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Commanders extend it to a 21-6 advantage. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter.